Okay, so it's been like a week or so since I made a video follow-up or whatever. I guess back going on my last video, when she was living with my aunt, when she met this H guy or whatever, it was because, I guess I had kicked her out of the house because I really don't remember. I really don't. The only thing I know is that I was not very supported after the loss of Sawyer, at all. I still had to mom, I still had to cook, I still had to clean, I still had to shower everybody, I still was always on, so I never had the time to just go and cry and lay in my bed unless everybody was asleep. I had no support, really, hardly at all. And again, I don't remember, but I do highly believe that if people had taken me out to lunch, or if they had brought me food, or if they had helped, watch the kids or take them or whatever, I fully believe that those people that did those things would have told me that they did those things, and whatever. When I say I don't remember, that I was not supported, but again, nobody has spoke up, nobody in my family, nobody has said, oh yeah, so I don't believe that I was supported that much. Brooke was my oldest, obviously is my oldest, and she unfortunately got to see, but she's the one that saw most of everything. And I guess maybe in a roundabout hidden way that I didn't realize or don't realize or whatever at the time, that she could have been more supportive for me, meaning helped with her siblings, helped, take care of the animals, or help just any way. And I know that her room was a complete mess, a complete disaster, fire hazard, freaking ants coming in, food everywhere, not typical teenage stuff, but and I remember that because I remember cleaning it, and I was very upset because she had no respect for me. There was dishes in there was food, half open bags of cereal, and snack items just left open, juice containers all over the floor that were half drank, that were now bad. It felt like she just did not respect my house, or the fact that I bought that stuff, and it was more than half of it was wasted because of her, and the fact that she would eat some of it and then not take it back to the fridge so that way it could be still good for the next person. I think that would irritate anybody after so long, even after having talks about it and whatever. And I mean, yeah, she probably was depressed, and I understand that to a degree. And I say to a degree because she unfortunately is a lot like my brother A, who they know that this sucks, or they know that what they're doing is probably not the best, but they still don't change it. That instance with her room after Sawyer passed was after 4 different times already of me deep cleaning her room for her. And I mean deep cleaning, doing her laundry, getting all of her dishes, on my hands and knees, getting trash and stuck things off the floor, wiping baseboards, deep cleaning the room, okay? And that was my 4th or 5th time. And it's she was 12, 13, and old enough to know that, hey, my room's a fucking mess, I should probably clean it so that way when and if my mom comes in here, I don't have her tripping all over my fucking shit because, whatever. And yeah, I was annoyed. I was pissed off because, again, we were getting ants in the house. We were dealing with fucking, not having a lot of money. She was wasting food, then don't even add onto the dishes that, several dishes were either ruined because of the caked on food, or they had mold on them, and I just would throw them away. So dishes were being wasted, food was being wasted, money on getting rid of ants and stuff was being wasted, and all because she was leaving that stuff around. I do believe that I have, not maybe me per se, but the dynamics of my family and how when I had her and how I had her and stuff definitely played a big part into her not wanting to listen to me and her not listening to me, because I would say, hey, I just brushed her teeth. Please do not give her any chocolate or anything else besides water. I'd go to the bathroom, or I'd go get the bed ready, or I'd let the dog outside. I'd come back. What would she have all over her face? Yeah, chocolate. Yeah, or candy. After I had just said, please do not give her that stuff. So what was my family showing her? Oh, it doesn't matter what your mom says. You can still do it. You can still do it. It's better to ask for forgiveness than permission. And, again, I grew up not having a voice, not being heard, not being listened to, and not cared about what I'm talking about. And again, there's a fucking perfect example from yesterday, and I will make a video about it. And just blatant disregards for my feelings. So it taught her that. I left when I turned 18 because I was sick of not being heard, not being cared about, not being listened to, not being able to be her parent. Again, family members would just do things behind my back. Just be like, don't tell your mom. Not the ones that we meant to live. Oh my goodness, you're so silly. Not the ones that I went to go when I left with, but like my personal family. They would be like, oh, here's this, but don't tell your mom. Here's this, but don't tell her where you got it. Here's this, and say that you found it. Just teaching her how to lie, teaching her to give me white lies, and basically teaching her that even though I am her mom, that she should come to me first. She should talk to me first. She should listen to me first. Basically, my whole family just did not respect me as a mom, as a person, as a daughter, as a granddaughter, as anything, okay? Because they wanted to do what they wanted to do, and it really honestly did not matter what I said, if I said no, if I asked not to, nothing. It didn't matter. It did not matter. So she grew up not having to listen to me, because after the fact that she ate chocolate, what am I supposed to do after? What am I supposed to do? Make her throw it up? Like, I can't do that. I can't make them throw away all their candy and not buy any more ever again. I couldn't be with her every second of every day to make sure that she didn't get anything that I said no. Like, and again, that also pisses me off, because now her and I do not have a great relationship. We don't. Because why? Does she tell me anything? No. Does she actively come to me for advice or anything? No. Does she really even think about me and care about me as her mom? Probably not, honestly, because she has never listened to me. She has never had to listen to me. She's never wanted to listen to me. And honestly, at this point, 16 years later, it is what it is. I know that I was not the best mom. I know that I was not the best daughter. I know that I was not the best sister, niece, granddaughter, whatever. I know that. But this was also 16 years ago. 16 years ago. Okay? I don't understand why people that are in my life and that should be my family and my whatever can't seem to understand that I was brain damaged, which then affected my decisions and affected everything else about me, caused me great mental health issues. That's basically brain damage, which is brain damage. My brain one of the biggest organs in my fucking body is so damaged that I literally have an injury to my brain. Like, nobody in my family or in my circle of support or whatever in my family don't seem to understand that when you have a damaged fucking organ and you don't have the right support or care or love as a different organ or injury or whatever, it will never be fixed. It will constantly be getting redamaged, and redamaged. And the only person that suffers and gets reprimanded for it is the person that's trying to get better and do better. I have had so many people in my life and in my family and like say, oh, I'm so proud of all the work you've done. I can tell that you've really worked on yourself. You're doing so much better and whatever. When we're on good terms, right? When we're on good terms. But the second or the minute that I have boundaries or I say, oh, I don't respect you doing that, or, whatever, putting up my boundaries. Oh, you haven't done anything on yourself. You're just the same. Like, you can't take accountability for anything and whatever. Okay. So with that being said, if you really are not proud of somebody for actually doing what they are doing, don't fucking say it. Don't build them up when you're on good terms with them, and then when you're not on good terms anymore, you knock them down. Because that compliment and everything that you just gave them earlier and how they felt about themselves when you said that is gone. Completely gone. Because now they're like, well, I did all that work. I was, somebody said thank you, or, pointed it out of how well I was doing. And then now it seems like all of that was a lie. Because it was. Perfect example. My brother and my sister-in-law. Oh, wow, you've done so much work on yourself. You've done so well. Like, we're so proud of you and, whatever. And then the second that I'm like, I don't agree with how you guys are, whatever. Oh, well, no. You haven't changed at all. You're just the same. Okay. Fine. So that goes to show that you were lying. So now you're a liar. Now you're unreliable. Now I don't want to be around you. I don't want to express myself. And now I know that I cannot trust you and be honest with you around you. So thank you for letting me know, but now you can fuck off all the way to fuck Bill. So I know I got kind of sidetracked and whatever. So anyways, yeah, I guess I kicked her out because, I don't know. She wasn't, I don't know. But what I am trying to say is that I know I've done and said things that were not the best and correct and wrong and hurtful. Okay. I own that. Do I remember everything? No. Do I remember some of it? No. Do I remember even a quarter of it? No. But am I still taking accountability and apologizing for it? Yes, I am. I am very sorry for how I was and for what I said or what I did or what I didn't say or what I didn't do. Okay, I really am. But again, why should I have to apologize for just trying to survive and stay alive after my kid died? Why is that on me? Why am I not allowed to have the same support, love, and respect from family members as everybody else? Because I fully believe that if, let's say, my brother would have had a kid that had medical issues or whatever, but he never would have, because he straight up told my sister-in-law that if anything is wrong with any of their kids at the 20-week scan, he will make her have an abortion because he does not want a kid that has problems. So anyways, but if he wasn't such a fucking asshole like that and didn't say that, and it happened to him, I fully wholeheartedly believe that everybody in my family would have stepped up, brought food, went shopping, cleaned their house. And if they had, other kids, they would have taken their other kids, whatever. They would have taken them out and done stuff and gotten their mind off of everything. I 100% believe that if the tables were turned and it had happened to him, that is how it would be. Because that's how it's been my whole life. I don't expect it to change now. I don't expect it to ever change, because it will never change. And even now I can literally tell people, like, I am overwhelmed, I'm done, I'm like physically drained, I'm burnt out, and they will still ask me, do you want to go and do this? Can you do this? Can you, complete disregard for the fact that I don't sleep very well, I don't eat very well or much or at all. It seems to me like everything that is pertaining to me or pertains to me just is not on the radar like it would be if anybody else was going through the same thing. And that I am the worst person when something happens to me. I obviously cannot ever get better. And if I do, it's frowned upon, it's shit on, it's fucking, whatever the case may possibly be. And people can take my apologies and they can forgive me or they cannot. And to me, it doesn't matter if you do or not, because I don't talk to half the people that I thought were my family and my friends and support system, simply because I did not and am not and probably will not do, say, or be how well and good and whatever that they think or want me to be. I know I was with bad partners. I know that I was shitty in decision making. I know that I should have been stronger. But again, when you're told day after day, all day long, that you're stupid, you're dumb, shut the fuck up, shut up, I don't know why mom even had you, I don't even know why you're here, you're fucking slow, you're fucking dumb, you're stupid, you're ugly, you look fucking deformed, like just berated constantly about how you think, how you move, how you dress, how you walk, how you eat. He even made fun of me for how I brush my teeth. Okay? Every time I would do something in front of him, washing the dishes, brushing my teeth, putting my shoes on, putting my socks on, cleaning this up, I was criticized. Why'd you do it that way? That's stupid. Fucking stupid. That's the stupidest way to do it. That's the slowest way to do it. You're fucking so dumb. You're fucking ugly and stupid. Hearing that every day, all day, from 6 to whenever, really fucking did a number on me. It really did. And being ignored and being, basically having to raise myself and whatever and take care of an older sibling. And, I have always been there to support people and help them and whatever. And the same people that should, and you would think that would do the same, have not. They've shit on me. Why can't you take accountability? Why can't you own up to... I don't know. Maybe it's because I was like fucking ready to jump off a bridge after my kid died and I was trying to just stay alive. But again, it's me, so that's just not okay. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry that, I was how I was. I'm sorry that my kid died, and I'm sorry that I have been damaged so much by others, and now I'm forever most likely messed up. I will have to forever be on medication. I will forever have to be probably in counseling. I'm constantly trying to work on myself. I'm trying to do better and be better for myself if and when I can, and it just seems that every stride, every 4 steps I take, it's looked at as, you only took 4 steps. Why did you only take 4 steps? You should have at least taken 10. Like, it's just not good enough. It's not up to their whatever. And it's just, at this point, I'm just irritated. And, you know, I'm just tired. Like, I'm tired. I'm gonna have to make like 2 or 3 more videos, because I have quite a few different things to be saying and talking about, and this video is already 20-some minutes, and I have to go get some stuff. So anyways, yeah, this should be fun trying to maneuver through the storm.